I'm just checking my desktop computer just to make sure if my live streaming is there. Yeah, we are live. Let me see if you are hearing my audio.
I'm just checking my desktop computer.
Yeah, you're hearing my audio. Loud and clear, just as any other day. Yeah. Okay. So let's get back to our gameplay. That's the most interesting part. But live stream gameplay, that's what it is. We're going to play Rush Xtreme today. Forgive the ads, I'm playing only the free version of the game. Yeah. I've got other expenses, so I couldn't spend on the games right now. I'm going to cut down the volume of my mobile phone. Okay. So let's play. So I'll give away one gameplay without discussing the tech that I usually discuss during my videos. Yeah. I want to play one complete level of racing, competing with every other racers, and then I'll talk about the tech that is needed. Okay. So one might wonder if my Motorola 860 stylus overheats or not while I'm actually live streaming and also playing a game, So I wouldn't say like it overheats. It does heat up a little bit. I could feel the warmth behind the phone, even with the phone case, but it subsides even after, subsides quickly after the gameplay. Okay. So I never found big troubles using Motorola 860 stylus for live streaming and also for gameplay. Okay. Moreover, we are only playing the games in 1280 by 720p resolution. It's HD ready resolution. It's not actually HD resolution. So that's where we lag. How do I stop this? No, I can't. It's going to play it completely. So what is the tech that I wanted to discuss today? I only discussed the tech which affects my life. Okay. So which grabs my attention. And I only discuss the tech which is part of me, of what I do or what things that I care about. Okay. I don't discuss everything that is happening in the tech industry, like any other YouTube channel which talks about everything. Mobile phone to processors to memories to computers to any other technology that includes medical industry, and many other aspects. I don't do that. I only discuss what is essential in my life. Yeah. So, and people who have been watching my channel for a long time would have known about my way of doing videos. Okay. So in that way, what affected me today for discussing tech is the open source image editing software called GIMP. Many of you might have heard about it. Oh, I fell down. Okay. GIMP. Okay. So we're about to get 3.32 update or 3.4 update from 3.3.2. Okay. So that is the update we are going to discuss today. What can we expect in the 3.4 update or release of GIMP to the public? Okay. GIMP is an open source image editing software. It's free, meaning it's free, completely free, and software is completely free, and the images that you edit and do things is also free. So what can we expect in the 3.4 release of GIMP? GIMP 3.4 release. So do we have AI capabilities? No, not yet. Okay. AI capabilities are still coming to open source software, and they have not incorporated yet. Okay. So that's a long way as of now. Okay. So developers have noted that they have been having a good long list of things need to be done for GIMP in its new release. That's when they started coming in and doing these developments, and that's how the 3.4 release is going to happen. Okay, remember, it's a open source software. It's not like developed by one software company. Several developers come together and they do these developments for free, and the new software will be released. That's how this new release is happening, because they noticed quite a lot of backlog in the update and development of the new software. So that's how they came to do it. Oh, we have flying. This is cool, man. I never was flying before in the Xtreme game before. Okay, so that is first thing. Developers saw quite a lot of backlogs, and then they thought like, okay, GIMP needs new update. That's why they are coming in together. So a lot of people come together and develop the software for free, and they release it for free. Okay, so that's the thing. They are replacing the file format that GIMP is usually saving to. Okay, GIMP saves its file as .xcf. Okay, so it's been there since 1997, it seems. And the updates of GIMP 3.4 release has been given in the GIMP's website only. I'll share the link possibly in the description later when the video is over. Okay. So XCF file is getting a new update, because XCF file could not, it's actually a very limited file format. Okay. It cannot save multi documents. Okay, it's binary structure. Okay. So they are revamping that file format to store multiple things, and to make it bigger file size, to store multiple aspects of the image editing thing. Okay, so now they are incorporating XML file format to it. It's called zipped XML structure or something. That's what they're calling it. Okay, they want to put this into XCF. Change the XCF file format of GIMP file. Okay, so now GIMP might be saved into a zipped XML file format, which will be known to us, or which will be released to us in GIMP newer versions. Okay, so this is actually being planned for GIMP 3.6. Okay, it's the future releases of GIMP. Okay, but they are planning to change the legacy XCF file format. Okay, does that mean like I've been using GIMP for quite a long time, say like 2015 or 2010? A lot of GIMP files are there in my hard disk, which is saved in XCF file format. When GIMP is releasing new file format for saving, does that mean like GIMP will not support the older XCF file format? No, it's not like that. GIMP is going to support all the older files. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. You can open your older file in the newer GIMP. So that's the thing. That's good thing that is happening. Okay. Their paintbrush tool is getting a new update. Okay. So it's called spectral blending. This is there in Affinity Photo, it's there in Photoshop and many other advanced image editing softwares. So spectral blending is coming to GIMP finally. Okay. Spectral blending. So suppose like in the real world, you're using watercolors and you're mixing two different colors, and in older GIMPs, it will stay like two different colors. Okay. But in real world, when you mix two colors, it will give you the third color or different color. Okay. So in spectral blending in digital softwares, now when you mix two different colors, it will give you the third color. So that's what is going to happen. Say if you're mixing yellow and blue, it will give green. So you have painted yellow, and if you paint blue on that yellow, it will give you green color. Okay. You don't have to choose green, but accidentally when you mix things, it will appear green. So that's what spectral blending, and it's 4K ready it's ready for higher resolution. Okay. What are we doing? Ads. We're doing more ads. So where are we? How many minutes of gameplay streamed? Should I refresh my gameplay? The ad is still continuing to play. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm able to see it now. 11 minutes of gameplay have been streamed. Okay, it's all fortunate only. How do I end this ad? Should I move my window? No. Okay, so spectral blending. So next is non-destructive editing. So earlier, when you do some changes to the image that you're bringing inside GIMP, the changes could be permanent and it could be saved to the original file. Okay, but right now they are going to bring non-destructive editing. We are talking about like, cutting something, pasting something, and all that. Those were like pretty much done to the image. It's masking, and they are going to avoid all these things. Permanent damage to the actual image. They're going to use mask and do non-destructive editing. Okay. So the new gradient tools are coming. Okay. To GIMP, new version of GIMP. Then non-raster support. Okay. It's coming to GIMP. Okay. They are planning to bring Photoshop support for GIMP. So you can now edit PSD files and save PSD files in GIMP. Okay. So I don't know which version of PSD file, but there is a support for PSD file. Okay. They are almost flying in almost every single gameplay and Rush Xtreme. That's amazing. Okay. So export for JPEG and TIFF is also supported. TIFF is high resolution format. That's amazing. Okay. This is very interesting. Suppose like you're on a video and your video is for some movie work or something, and you have very few little edit to do, say like 40 frames or something like that. Okay. So that 1 second of a frame or 2 seconds of a frame, is a very difficult part, and you cannot do it inside compositing of any software right now, and you need to take that to image editing. Okay. Let's say that is the situation. So you movie into TIFF file formats, and then you bring it inside the image editing software, make your edits, save the file as again TIFF, and convert that into movie file format or something, and import that into your editing software. Okay. So that is one way of doing some very good editing for the VFX part or some changes that you want to make to your movie file. Okay, so that is now possible because like GIMP can export JPEG, TIFF, PSD files and stuff like that. Okay. PXE, PSD text files are editable, remains editable. Okay, modern layer styles are being accepted now. Okay, and solid color shapes are accepted now. So such changes are being incorporated in GIMP. Okay, so native system dialogues are available in GIMP right now. Vectorization of the UI is available. It can be scaled to 4K, 8K when you're using high resolution monitor. Rotated canvas performance, suppose like you're using it on a different device, a touch device, and so this is common for all platforms, right? So Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and all that. So you have a touch PC and you are rotating the PC, so it's also available for that kind of performance. Add and dock redesign and all that. Okay, so yeah, quite a lot of support. 32-bit colors. Okay, and shift click is possible now. How do I get out of this ad? Should I play a Google Play button is appearing? Let's go quit Google Play and come back to the game. Let's close. Go to Xtreme. Okay, so a lot of advanced things are coming. Okay. Most importantly, stable bug fixes. So how many minutes of streaming? 16 minutes. That's amazing. Okay, and we are right now we're expecting 3.2.6 or something for GIMP. I've been using GIMP for a very long time, but it doesn't mean like I know everything that is there in GIMP. Yeah, you need to understand that. I don't know GIMP at all, technically speaking, but I can use GIMP. Most of the image editing softwares have common things, and based on those things, I can definitely use GIMP. Okay. Earlier in Linux days in 2014 or 15, or even on Windows when I was trying to use GIMP, you won't get the live update of the filters you're applying. You got to wait for GIMP to apply that, and only then you will know, like, okay, this much percentage of brightness is good. This much percentage of whatever filter you're applying is good or not. So you got to wait for GIMP to apply that. So those are the quirkiest thing. I think these things will be avoided in the future. It's amazing. So yeah. You can always share your feedback about this GIMP update and below as comments in my video. Okay. So I've been living with GIMP for quite a long time, but I was using it as an emergency software, not as a permanent solution or a full-time software. Yes, it was my full-time image editing software once, but later I jumped into Darktable, which is also an open source image editing software. Okay, GIMP is more like Photoshop. Darktable is like a raw photo editor. So it's like Lightroom. So I was using that. I'm still using Darktable now for an image. So I have not been in touch with GIMP, but I would still not ignore GIMP. That's my attitude towards GIMP. Okay, it's a potential software. Okay. A lot of open source things are limited by the patents that the paid softwares are taking. Okay. So paid softwares own patents for many things. So which is limiting open source people from offering those features to their users. If patents are made available for everyone, those features will also be available for uses. Yeah. Good. I'm finishing first for most of my races. I think this is good for people in the age between 6 and 7. And for my age to play this is like it's very easy. I'm happy doing this because I'm sticking to what I love. Okay, long distance skating, bicycling, and stuff like that. And I'm also telling the game industry that people who are interested in skating and bicycling needs more game to play. Okay, more serious game, good games to play. Okay, which is or very limited in Google Play Store. Okay, and certain games are expensive, and we need more games in this segment of bicycling and long distance skating. Okay, so how long I've been streaming? 20 minutes, huh? Okay, so let's call this a last lap. We'll call this the last lap, and we'll close this live stream. Okay, so I use Linux system. I went out of the racetrack. I used Linux for almost like 2 years. When I started my photography, my laptop failed. Okay, back in 2016. 2014 itself, it died. Okay, I was left with no computer. So my desktop computer was the only computer, and it's pretty old, like almost 7 years. It's a Windows machine, and I was running some enterprise edition of Windows or some free version of Windows. Okay, it was a very old machine, and I got to run some software, so I chose Linux. Since then, I've been using GIMP. I had GIMP on my Windows laptop also, which died, unfortunately. And when I started my photography, GIMP and Darktable was the only software I was using that I want to register here. Okay, so you can do it with these softwares. So these are potential softwares. That's what I'm trying to apply. Okay, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming to my live stream once again, or if you're going to watch it later, no matter, doesn't matter. Okay, when I have better games, I would put a better show. Okay, thank you, and probably a longer show. Okay, thank you. This is Krishnan Srinivasan, alias Alien Kitchen, signing off. Bye.